I'd be lying if I said that this self-assorted revamp didn't look promising, but there are some things that are in the current game that I really don't want returning in the big update, as will make it just as dry as the current game. So with that being said, we're going to be talking about some things that should not return in the highly anticipated Southwest Florida revamp. So it has been confirmed, and it's safe to say that this game is going to move towards the roleplay side. Now with that being said, I would find it really annoying if I'm trying to, for example, roleplay myself going to the cafe to get myself a, an iced tea, and I noticed that there's actually some people on the cafe team, but when I go there, every single person is just AFK grinding, jumping up and down, walking back and forth. I'll call these kinds of people zombies. A lot of people call them that, to be honest, but like, you see this beautiful map. One thing I'd hope not to see is people just, I don't know, not genuinely playing the game. I want to see this game alive, especially in this revamp. With that being said, a mistake I really don't want to see coming back as well. First of all, while it wasn't their intention making this game so like grindy, I mean, it makes sense at the same time. I mean, while it is miserable, it kind of makes sense why people do it. I mean, I did it at one point. Imagine there is a beautiful vehicle that is going to be limited and it's only out for one day, but you have no money. The thing that many people resort to is what's called AFK grinding. It's an effective way to make money, and on top of that, you don't really have to do anything. You just let your account do its work. If they're going to move more to roleplay, the last thing I want to see is me going to a McDonald's or McBlocksters in their case, and I see a zombie. One of the things that this game is known for is how really not often they update. All the infrequency, if that's the word, kind of takes me off. What I really want to see again is consistency. If you were playing this game like way back then, for example 2021, they used to update like bi-weekly. It was like every other weekend, and it was a really fun thing. While the updates weren't really, the best at times, it kept the game, moving, it gave people a purpose to actually grind, because nowadays people just grind to have money. At this point, it's kind of getting competitive now. People trying to see who can get the most money. But I really miss when this game actually, had updates, not just frequently, but it gave us a sense on when this game actually, receives stuff. Honestly, I don't really care about frequency that much. All I want to see is consistency. And a mistake I don't want to see return to this revamp is them simply not having that. They could literally have like 2-month gaps, 3-month gaps, but they can do updates like every 2 months or 3 months. I am not mad at that, considering this game has to literally like basically start over with their semi-original models. I don't really see them doing like every 2 weeks, but at the same time, I just don't want to see this game updating like every year again. It's not great. People love and want new content, so consistency is something I am looking forward to. More to the phones, man. I've said this many times in my other videos, but the thing that is so crazy about these phones is the fact that they released in 2021, summer specifically, and they haven't received a single update ever since. Now, don't get me wrong, the Messages app is kind of cool, This is also a way to see how many people in your server actually own a phone, It's a pretty cool feature, but at the same time, having it be the only thing on the phone is kind of miserable. I mean, there's some cool opportunities. They actually had the Rift job. If they could bring that back and integrate the app into the phone, which they kind of already did so, but not really, that can be pretty cool. Like literally ever since July, it's been saying coming soon. Even the phone app, just coming soon, that's it. A mistake I don't want returning is unfinished phones. A mistake I really do not want returning is the fact that we cannot control the weather. Now, of course, in real life, you can't really control the weather, but I just don't like the fact that we can't control it as an admin in the private servers, Like, we have time, If we have time, I don't understand why we couldn't have weather, because, I like the way this looks at the moment. A nice blue sky with some, clouds, of course. But something I will experience here and there is me having this nice, clear weather. Then I'll, like, go on free cam. Sometimes the weather will actually, like, change on me. It'll go from this to rain, and that can be, well, it is very annoying. I mean, you can make it work with a cloudy background, but most of the time it really doesn't look that great when you're taking pictures in the rain. At least I don't really like doing that. I would have really liked to see what the control in the revamp. It's something I've been wanting for a long time. Look, let's be honest here. While these materials aren't horrible looking, I say the fact that we can't change the way they look. I really don't like the fact that we can't customize, the material. Like, we can't choose metallic, we can't choose carbon. I mean, you could still make it work. I mean, this car still looks really nice, but sometimes on like certain colors, the material really just doesn't do it justice. For example, look at this car and then look at it in real life. They actually do have an update to this coming soon. They actually have a lot of these updates I'm talking about, but it still looks nice, to be honest. But imagine this with a metallic material or carbon or pearl scent. Imagine how cool that would be. The lack of material options is something I do not want to see in the self-assorted revamp. What are some features you don't want to see inside the revamp?